What's going on, nation, and welcome back to the homestead. Well, it's been about a week since we've been able to put the video out. That there was some kind of mess going along with our internet that kept it out for 3 or 4 days, and then we made the mistake of when it was time to reboot stuff, we did a factory reboot, and it took us a day to figure that out. And so then we had to reorganize and repassword and give all the computers and devices different names and set all that stuff up. But it's done. We're back up and running now. But while we were down, we just didn't sit around and twiddle our thumbs. You know, we still kept going with things. We processed some more potatoes and got them canned, labeled, and put up underneath the house. We continued harvesting pecans, and we've got a big old peach basket full of pecans in the house that we're gonna figure. I want a chocolate covered them, but that's just me. I might be outvoted, but we'll let you know how that turns out in a later video. We also started a remodel on the laundry room. We have started, I don't want to call it the demolition process because it's not really much of a demolition. We took out a countertop in there that had a sink in it to open up some more space, because I want to take the freezers that are in my shop and put them in here. That way they're closer. If anything happens to go wrong with them, we got lucky one day, an alarm went off on one of them, and Dessa just happened to be in there to hear it, and so we were able to move everything over while it was going through its defrost. There was a temperature reading or something, and kind of find out what it was is Carol didn't close the door all the way, so we had to shut it down, let it cool down, and then start it back up again. So I want to move the freezers in there, and in order to do that, we have to do a remodel and open things up, put in some outlets and stuff like that. So we'll be working on that for the next couple of days. We're also going to replace the back door because this back door is shot. But in the meantime, we put in a new motion sensored light to light up the backyard, so that way when we're coming out from our live streams, it lights, it puts some light in this area so nobody trips and falls again, like Robin did a couple of weeks back. We have also been redoing our tool shed. I just got sick and tired of hearing, I can't find this, I can't find that, or going in there and nothing's in there where it's supposed to be. So we started gutting the tool shed, cleaning it up, and I'm putting in a French cleat system where everything will have a place where it's supposed to go. Everything will have a definite home because it will have a little French cleat all to itself. And I'm hoping that at least eliminates some of the stress around here when it comes to locating and finding tools. Now, I may be lying to myself about this, so don't leave anything in the comments about that. Just let me have this win, at least in my own mind, in my own little world. Very much appreciate that. One other thing that I'd appreciate is if it's your first time here, hey, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and don't forget the bell. If you're a returning viewer, hey, go ahead and smash that thumbs up for me. I'd appreciate that. Another thing that we did on Saturday, we processed more of our meat birds. We have gotten into the rhythm of about every 2 weeks, every other week, that we go ahead and we process about 10 to 15 chickens. That way we have fresh birds in the freezer for the next couple of weeks. Even though it's starting to get to where it's about time to just go ahead and do it all in one weekend. At least this big batch that we got one more batch that we just moved those birds out to the grass this weekend also. And that's one of the cool things about where we live, is not only is my growing season for vegetables and stuff usually a lot longer than everybody else's, but I get to really kind of cheat, and I'm able to put my meat birds out a little bit longer because we never really get a really super hard winter where we get any snow or anything. So in the summertime, I'll have the Bahia and the Bermuda grass out there, but in the wintertime, I'll have the fescue and the Kentucky, what is it, the Kentucky Wonder, or anyway, I'll have your cold weather grasses growing out there, and so I'll be able to run a small batch of birds throughout the wintertime. And I usually just keep those and stuff for us. Today was kind of a big day here on the homestead, especially for LaDessa. LaDessa raised when we were working at the dairy, she got a hold of a calf that she named Harry Potter because he had a mark that went straight down between his eyes like a birthmark that looked like a lightning bolt. And then, of course, she named him Harry Potter. Well, I didn't think that calf was going to make it. The owner of the dairy pulled him off of mom, in my opinion, way too early. But Dessa bottle fed him all the way up, and she saved him, and she just knew he was going to end up being a decent steer, and that he was going to taste good. And so today was the day that we sent him off to the butcher. He got picked up today to go down to Happy Valley, and so he's down there now. We got the phone call that he arrived there safely, and that they're going to go ahead and they drew the blood and everything with the USDA, and that they will start the process of butchering him out as soon as all the tests and stuff come back, which is good. We're excited. LaDessa's excited. She's happy, and so there's that. Now, there is one thing that I want to bring up in this video, and I went live in the Big Bear Nation Facebook group about this. With all of this political mumbo jumbo, there has been a lot of harsh talk about preparedness and people just bum rushing and taking over homesteads. And this is kind of my public service announcement to everybody. We have something that I don't think anybody else has. We have Charlie, and Charlie is our guard pig. He's vicious, he's ferocious, let me tell you. No, all joking aside, Charlie, if you guys have been in the live streams or anything, Charlie is the pig that Carol had pretty much adopted because he was getting bullied by his brothers and sisters, and he started to lose weight because he couldn't, when the mom would stand up to let him feed, he for some reason would always just try to sit down, and he could never reach the tit. And so that stressed Carol out. So she brought him, conned us into letting him come into the house. And now every morning she starts her day with cleaning his little pen that he has. He has a heating pad in there, and she cleans him up. And now he's at the point now where during the daytime he gets to go out into his own little tractor and is doing some rooting around and stuff like that. And y'all, I think he's gonna grow up to be a good tasty pig. She does this with every litter. Speaking of new litters, tomorrow's vlog may contain some new babies. Leia, any minute now, she can be throwing. We've been keeping an eye on her. She is big, and so we're kind of anxious to see what happens with her over the next couple of days, how many she's going to throw, and of course Leia, Han is the daddy, so she'll probably grab one and name it what's the guy from the last Skywalker? I can't remember his name right off the top of my head. More than likely we'll have that guy. Well, that's about it. That's pretty much covers everything that we've had going on in the last week. Be sure to come back tomorrow, because in tomorrow's video I'm going to take you guys along with me to my acupuncture appointment. And until then, in honor of kind of the whole Harry leaving thing, I want you guys to check out this video on our introduction or raising cattle for beginners. Thanks for coming by the Big Bear Homestead. God bless, and have a nice day.